Hello everyone, it is Bones from Crucible Radio. I'm standing here in the tower listening to the speaker mumble about things, but I just had a pretty great time in Inferno 6's, which is my new favorite game mode, and I want to talk about my build, and then we'll look at a game. Let's get right to it. You know I do these things on the fly, and I'm doing this in one take, and now that I keep talking about it, we're taking too much time. Universal Remote, this is the number one thing about this build, and honestly, this is a great way to just have a lot of fun in sixes and to maybe make some enemies because people don't like you when you use it, which is, you know, half the enjoyment. Otherwise, my primary being a shotgun, I go with a Panta-Ray Fusion because that gives me a little bit more range. Now, you'll see why I don't snipe on this build, and I don't really want another shotgun because that reduces me to shotgun range no matter what I'm doing with my guns. This at least lets me extend it. Now, I have slower charging fusions here, but I like the Panta-Ray just a little quicker because Inferno is hectic and I want to be able to react. You could go faster with a Split Shifter Pro or Long Far Gone. I just happen to really love this Panta-Ray with Hidden Hand and Underdog or Eye of the Storm. You guys don't listen to me. Anyways, I'm running Bladedancer, as you can see, and with my lucky Raspberry, I have a great time with this exotic. If you really enjoy, say, the Tarantella or maybe Bones of Aow, perfectly fine choices. I go with this, but if you're better with an exotic on your Bladedancer, go for it. So, the build for Bladedancer that I'm loving in Inferno 6 is, it's very standard for the most part. Arc Bolt, obviously, if I'm wearing Lucky Raspberry, you get some very satisfying chains. And Razor's Edge, better control. I don't blink. Fast twitch. In the game we're about to watch, I do use Backstab, but I recommend either of these. Fast twitch is maybe even better and would have saved me in a few scenarios. I really like to go a lot of agility here because these are going to be some really fast engagements where I need to strike and then get out of there. There's no like peeking and ducking back and forth with long time to kill primaries. So I don't really want a lot of initial armor because I'm going to be killing people from behind before they even see me. Hungering Blade, which is a necessity. Fleet-footed right here. Fleet-footed is my new favorite perk, because this essentially turns a shotgun into a gun that has a fourth perk. You know, say I'm rocking Universal Remote, it's got crowd control, hammer forged, smooth, or say that's on a standard shotgun. Well, now you got knee pads on top of whatever else perk you got here. It's awesome, and it's going to let me run around like crazy and really piss people off. So, let's go ahead and jump into, again, shut up, speaker. You're the weirdest dude. Who are you even talking to? So, talking a little more generally about Inferno, is this build good for all Inferno modes? Yeah, it's pretty good if you can handle the engagement distance of the Universal Remote and you can really focus on your approaches. You have to know spawns, you have to know positioning and where people are going to be coming from because people will be able to react to you a little bit easier. It's great in sixes, though, for just terrorizing everyone during the chaos. You got to stay moving, stay on your feet. You know, never try to leave your back open while you try to pick people off at a distance. This is all about moving forward so that no one's ever catching up to you from behind. And that's why I run this high agility build. So we are at Firebase Delphi, and I have a special weapon already with Universal Remote. In Inferno, no one starts with special ammo. So already I have an advantage over anyone who is not using a Universal Remote. And you'll see it, so keep your eyes open, you know, don't just go flying in there like a crazy man.
And you might survive.
Actually, that works. Go fly in like a crazy man sometimes. It's pretty fun. So right away, I'm going to get up in their face because I don't want them to use their slow TTK weapons to get me. I even get there so fast I miss.
3 opponents down.
Alright, it's been 20 seconds. He cleans me up because I'm low health. Gets a nice melee on me, but I just put up 300 points immediately. And that's the advantage you have at the top of these games. Yes, people will get special, and you'll have to be careful with your engagements, but get rolling and it won't even matter. So there's where I want fast twitch. And if I had had my melee back, I might have closed that distance on him and beat him. Oh well. Kind of got sloppy, but I got a kill and an assist.
Double kill.
See, that's just nuts. I have all this time after whiffing because people are not going to turn around. Even when I'm reloading, I do want to make forward progress. Now, I don't want to just walk into a lane, but I cannot be standing still. I cannot be leaving anything behind me, so I'm always moving forward. And you'll see how many people just want to walk into the scope. And this frickin' warlock cleaning me up a couple times. But I'm already starting to pull ahead. I'm already starting to feel like these guys are not adapting to what I'm doing, and I'm just going to keep abusing the crap out of my special weapon in the primary slot. So let's see if I can talk about some engagements here. I just saw 3 of them jump up in front of me. Of course I'm popping a super. Now one of them missed his jump, or else he would have been up there with him. But I still got a great jump on a lot of enemies. I take a few seconds, pause to look around in melee. I'm sliding constantly. Fleet foot. Wow, I'll never say that right. I'm going to call it fleet. It allows me to close a gap so quickly, and it allows me to stay low and out of cover, under cover. It's too late in the night to be recording this. See how these guys are standing at one end of the hallway, fighting down to the other end of the hallway? It doesn't work in Inferno. You know, you might get one guy, but the more you stand still, the longer someone else has to spawn, run into the center, and look for the first sign of action. That's all anyone is doing. They're dying, they're respawning, and I want to go get more kills. I'm going to charge on in, and I'm ready and waiting for them. I'm also trying a little bit to keep a circular pattern. You know, this map has some very obvious sections where people like to go to automatically, and I'm trying to always be in those areas, but never be, you know, the first one standing there waiting for someone to show up, you know? And whoopsie, I just crouched instead of sliding. That's me getting used to my scuff. But that was a 10 kill streak right there, wasn't it? I mean, it's just non-stop. If I'm staying moving, they're going to keep spawning, they're going to keep charging in, because that is the habit everyone is in 6s. So here I am. I'm getting a little out of the flow. I'm trying to find the flow again. The flow is the order in which everyone is spawning from, and the way that they're sort of all going to sort of gravitate towards me. I'm keeping my eye out. I can't believe this Stormcaller doesn't just move forward and finish me off. But I'm keeping an eye on where he's going, where my teammates are. I see 3 teammates in front of me. I'll look to see if they have exclamation points to see if they're dying. Once again, someone charging in the middle trying to rack up kills. Everyone's always going to be jumping through this door. Everyone's going to be running to the U. Here I have fun kind of toying with this one hunter who maybe had a jump on me, but using all my vertical movement and different ways to close the gap, I just managed to take him out. Super usage, you might get 2 or 3, but again, you still want to stay moving. You're a Bladedancer. You can't just swipe everywhere anymore. That won't work. But you can still rack up a few kills. Now there I should have definitely disengaged sooner. I got caught on the lip. I died. So I'm trying to use my Panther Ray. I haven't even used it yet, right? And, you know, that's a little careless aiming, but I'm backing up. I'm getting out of there. I tried to maybe get a second shot in there saying, if he's going to pursue, I'll get him. Constantly keeping my head on a swivel. You know, I'm always looking around saying, where are they coming from? Here I missed my shot. I know I need to just switch to the primary. And, well, I get them there too. The fusion rifle in this kind of mode can make you think that you have a special weapon, I should keep charging forward with my shotgun, right? Not really, just because of that charge time. If someone does happen to drop down and appear in your face, universal remote means you just tap the trigger and they're dead. But the charge time, that might ruin you. So there's a difference in my speed when I do have universal remote out. When I'm trying to make my way across the map, I do have my shotgun out. And when I have my fusion rifle out, I'm playing a little more carefully. I'm walking slowly and I'm checking my corners, and I'm even priming shots as I go. In this game, I really didn't use my fusion much because I just had such a momentum on this team with my shotgun, and they were, kind of ignoring me. Kind of letting me run around on a tear and not looking out over their shoulder. I throw a couple check grenades just because I want to know if people are over there. I mean, it'll tell me if I've got a bunch, and maybe I won't even follow that. But what you do without radar is look for other ways to find out where people are.
More efforts like that,
and that game is over pretty quick. I don't even know if there's a lot of helpful tips on my gameplay on this. But hopefully you see that the speed this build has, coupled with the immense amount of instant power, tons and tons of ammo for your shotgun and for your special weapon if you have the right builds, and there you have it. I had a pretty good game. I had some deaths because I got caught crouching or not jumping over the right wall. That happens. I play this kind of hyper and lightly. I'm not taking this too serious because it's sixes. It's going to be chaos. Don't get yourselves down. Don't feel like because you're not racking up a million kills in Inferno, it's because it's someone is so good or whatever. It is chaos. Yes, I understand that. But without radar, you just let it flow around you. Get a feel for the movement of the game, where other players are going, where you always keep finding a lot of players. I know that I'm gonna always find 2 or 3 in that center circular room. I know one guy is just gonna jump through the window up there, hoping to drop a Nova Bomb or that tether, and I know people are gonna jump through that one window from C. I know people are gonna be looking down those 2 hallways. I know people are going to gravitate towards the special boxes over at the A spawn. So if I think about those spots, if I think about which half my team is on, I know the other half of the map is probably going to have some enemies. Always keeping those things in mind, I can get a sense of where they might be coming from, and then I can flank them even if I don't know they're there. I'm thinking, okay, cool. None of our team is over there. I know they all want to fight for the middle. I'm going to swing around this way, and I bet I'll take 3 by surprise. And you saw that happen a few times. So, anyways, knock yourselves out. This is a fun build. Don't let anyone tell you you're cheesy using a universal remote. Get over it, right? Don't let anyone else's gun choice affect your game. And don't let anyone else's arbitrary moral reasons to not use a certain weapon affect how you play. It's insane. Go get it. You got this. I'm going to go to sleep. This is the weirdest video